to the Future 1971. We are in week number 16, and the best team in football, the Dallas Cowboys, at 13-1, are trying to avenge their only loss of the season. They lost to the Eagles a couple months ago in Dallas by one score, and they are trying to avenge that here. The Eagles, everyone wants to play their best against the Cowboys. They're the best team and the hands-down favorite. From the start of the season, really, they were favored to win the Super Bowl because they won in real life in 1971. So, again, if my ratings hold true, they should win. But they've never held true. Sack to the Future has never had the exact same Super Bowl winner as the real-life counterpart. So, the Cowboys looking to do something that has never been done. They've already clinched the 1 seed, but the one thing they have not done this year is beat the Eagles. The Eagles, the only team to be in there. You see the Cowboys 13-1, Redskins 10-5, Eagles are right there at 7-7, and Giants are in last. The Eagles are still alive for a playoff spot, as the last wild card will go to a 9-7 team unless the 49ers take it at 10-6. 49ers are the one team that's playing for that wild card that can get to the 10-win mark. But if they do not, Eagles and a lot of other teams are alive for it. All right, so let's see what we got for this matchup for you. Eagles trying to, it is a rivalry game, so it's another reason why the Eagles want to beat the Cowboys, but Rick Arrington, 3 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's going to have to play a heck of a lot better if they're going to do that. Now, in real life, the 1971 Eagles went 6-7-1. So again, just like last game when the Patriots were about perfectly accurate, the Eagles are that 6-7-1 in real life, 7-7 in Sack to the Future life. Here's the offensive line: Key, Allison, Evans, Norquist, and Smith. Sonny Davis and Lee Bugis. Then you got Jackson and Carmichael as the receivers, and Ballman as the tight end. Now, as far as Arrington goes, in real life, he did throw about 118 total passes. Here's the Cowboys defense: Cole, Lilly, Pugh, and Andre. A heck of a defensive line. Leroy Jordan in the middle, Leroy Caffey on one side, and D.D. Lewis, the other linebacker. Some big names: Cliff Harris, Cornell Green, Mel Renfro, and Herb Adderley in the secondary. Sensational line, sensational secondary, and very solid linebackers. The one linebacker that you may have noticed was missing was Chuck Howley. He was hurt, and he's legitimately hurt. Even if they were not already the number 1 seed, Howley would be out. He is unfortunately not coming back unless they get deep in the playoffs. He might not even be back until Super Bowl Sunday, so the Cowboys have to get all the way to the Super Bowl to see Howley play again, unfortunately. But then there's other people, such as Roger Staubach, who are not injured. They were just messed up a few weeks ago. Had to miss 1 game this year, and he'll miss this one again because why not rest up if you've already clinched the number 1 seed? To say for Arrington, he did play. He did start 4 games in real life. Had 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, so the 3 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Not wildly inaccurate. There's Bob Lilly coming through the Eagles line and getting the sack. Liskey was the starter in Sack to the Future just like he was in real life, but got hurt. So Arrington in trouble again. Arrington in trouble again, and sacked this time by Smith. So the Eagles will have to punt on their first drive. In real life, the Eagles had no running back run for over 400 yards in a 14-game season. This year, they have a couple. So running better. Here's Craig Morton. He's only played limited, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Limited play because, of course, Roger Staubach has been amazing, the #1 quarterback in the league, and also has only been hurt, only missed one game. So that was the one game that Orton got all his stats, I believe. Maybe he had some relief appearances in some of their blowouts. Here's the line: Neely, Nyland, Manders, Nye, and Wright. Best offensive line in football, perhaps. Hayes and Allworth are the wide receivers. Ditka is the tight end. You saw both Calvin Hill and Thomas pictured there. So the Cowboys starting all of their big names for the most part on offense and defense, other than quarterback Roger Staubach. And there's Bob Hayes. So does it really matter who's throwing when Hayes is having the year he's having? Maybe not. 19 yards. Now the Cowboys come in at 13-1. In real life, they were 11-3. In real life, they did win the Super Bowl, and they went 11-3 in their first 14 regular season games. This, in Sack to the Future, they're 13-1. So they're actually doing better in Sack to the Future than they did in real life. In real life, they were the #1 offense as far as points per game. In Sack to the Future, they're the #1 offense as far as points per game. So that remains accurate. Here's Dwayne Thomas down to the 32-yard line. And here's one of the shocking things, is even though Staubach was amazing in real life, he was actually undefeated. Staubach was 10-0, so this could be part of the reason that in real life they were 11-3. In Sack to the Future, they're 13-1. Well, in Sack to the Future, Staubach has played every game but one, and he's in real life, or in Sack to the Future, Staubach is 12-1, and Morton's 1-0. In real life, Staubach was 10-0. Morton started 4 games though and went 1-3. Morton 7 touchdowns to 8 interceptions in real life, whereas Staubach had 15 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. So Staubach, as impressive as he has been in Sack to the Future, he was actually that good in real life as well. There's Morton fined, and his man gets down to the pylon. That is a touchdown. They're calling it a touchdown, and I believe that's the right call. So the Cowboys strike first, the #1 offense. Even with their quarterback sitting, their backup has no problems. Lead him down for a touchdown. Now the Eagles were trailing in that other game. The Cowboys, I think, jumped out to even a 2-score lead, and the Eagles just kind of fought back, kept the game close, and won it at the end. Can they do that for a second time, or is that just the first of many touchdowns that the Cowboys are just going to rub their face in it because they are upset that they're not undefeated because of this pesky team from Philadelphia? There you see the playoff picture. The Cowboys have already clinched everything. The Falcons and Vikings both won to get 11-4. The Rams have not clinched the division yet. And right now you saw the Saints were pictured as the wild card team, but it showed 8-7 because they lost earlier today, whereas the 49ers won. So the 49, that will change officially with one final week to go. The 49ers are now in the driver's seat of the wild card at 9-6. The Saints, though, are 8-7, and if they finish tied, the Saints have the tiebreaker. However, if the Saints were to lose and finish 8-8, and the Niners lost to get to 9-7, then both the Eagles and the Lions have chances to make the playoffs. So still a lot of deciding to do. The Vikings and Falcons are both 11-4. The Rams are 10-5. Any of those teams could still be the number 2 seed, or the 3 seed, or the 4 seed. And in the Rams' case, they can even fall out of division winner all the way down to the 6 seed. So the Rams, with 1 week to go, can go anywhere from the 2 seed to the 6 seed. So a lot to still be figured out. The only thing that's not in question is that the Cowboys are the best number 1 seed. So 1 more week for 3 of our prime 4. The Giants, Bears, and Bills all eliminated. from playoff contention, but you know the Cowboys will be in it. However, that first week of playoffs, since the Cowboys are the 1 seed, they will not be playing in it. They will have to bye. So no chance for any of the prime four safety future teams to play in wild card weekend, but that won't stop us from bringing you some games. As if you've stuck around to watch this season, you're going to want to see at least half, if not all, of the playoff games. I think I'll probably broadcast all the playoff games. I may let the computer announce some of them. So I was undecided how many I was going to announce or broadcast, but now I think you guys deserve to watch the playoff games. I will certainly try to. I'll definitely announce the Cowboy games, since they're one of the prime teams. Certainly announce the Super Bowl, things like the no-brainer stuff, championship games. But there's 4 wildcard games, none of them really prime for. I might go 2 and 2 there, 2 computer announcers, 2 myself announcing. Or maybe I'll just get into it and want to announce all the games. I don't know. But we will have some playoff football coming up. We still have Week 17 to do, though. This is game number 3 of Week 16. We still got the Bears. The Bears are playing the Chiefs. Here's the linebackers, Zabel, Rosovich, and Porter for the Eagles. And the secondary consists of Keys and Bradley at safety. Nelson and Ramsey are the corners. The Eagles, again, are a fairly decent team, 7-7. Not the kind of team that you think is good enough to beat the Cowboys, but they actually did do that very thing earlier this year in Dallas. And they're fighting here for their playoff lives. So if they want a chance at the playoffs, they have to complete a sweep against a team that has dominated against everyone else they've played. So they would certainly deserve the playoffs if they could beat the Cowboys for a second time. But there's a chance they could sweep the Cowboys and still miss the playoffs. So you see the Oilers in a very good game. Beat the Saints 34-31. The Saints had such an easy schedule. And then they had to play their hardest team. Oh, look at that. A fumble and a pickup and a touchdown. And the Eagles, you can't have that kind of stuff happen if you're trying to knock off the best team in football and keep your season alive. A punt return that ends in a fumble and a touchdown. The Booth is going to try to save him, though. I thought the fumble came out late, so maybe he was, in fact, down. Well, is his knee down? Yeah, you know what? His knee's down. That's not a fumble. That's not a touchdown. And this game's not over yet. So it was almost 14-0 already, but luckily for viewership's sake, and the fact that it was just be the wrong call, they correct it, and now the Eagles still have the ball. Booges up to the 49-yard line, almost no field. Play action pass. Arrington will throw that inaccurate. 4 of 8 for 51 yards. 3rd and 3 coming up. Arrington fires across the middle and completes. Nice play for the Eagles, and they are almost in field goal range here. Get it. Ready. Ready. He was brought down to the 26. It's a pickup of 3. 2. Dr. Booges again, he gets very close to the first down. That's very close. They are going to give it to him. First down for the Eagles. They are actually in the red zone. Again, the only team to knock off the Cowboys this year was this Eagles team. And they are playing with the Cowboys again. Not winning, but I mean, it's only one quarter. We've seen the Cowboys keep games close for even the entire first half, and then still end up winning by 20. So, but give the Eagles credit. That's now 5 quarters. If you put all 5 quarters together, they have been outscored by the Cowboys as they won that first game by less than a touchdown. But they've played with them. They've played as competitive against Cowboys as any team. But here, that's uncompetitive as far as what Cole just did to the tackle. And that will be the third sack of the game for the Dallas Cowboys and force the Eagles to attempt a field goal. Snap and hold are good. The kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board, although they still trail the best team in football 7-3. So the Jets got to win against the Steelers, improving to 7-8. The Steelers dropping to 7-7-1. And that does not eliminate another fumble, another special teams return fumble. This time it's recovered, though, by the return team, so they won't have to go to video to try to reverse this one because it's recovered. I think that one was going to be reversed anyways, though. Again, no need to because the Cowboys recovered their own fumble, but looked like he was also down before the ball came out. So Morton will spot up, shoot to Bob Hayes, but the Eagles all over. That counts as a run because it was a backward lateral. Nelson was all over it, though, and you have to with that speed. If you don't make that tackle, Hayes might take it the distance, which he's done many times this year. Now Morton will throw underneath to Thomas. He gets across the 30. Morton has started off 6 of 8, 81 yards and a touchdown, so Morton is just fine. Oddly, the Cowboys have come up very aerial with Staubach sitting. The Cowboys have still come out and they're just firing the ball all over the place, just trying to prove a point that even if Morton had to be their starter in the playoffs or something, they have no fear letting Morton run this team either. Tom Lane has said that he agrees Staubach is the best quarterback in football, but he thinks Morton might be the second best quarterback in football, so there you go.
I'm going to go! 15 line. 15 line.
That is a penalty against the Eagles. That would bring them back to a 2nd and 12. Play action pass, and a chop block saves Arrington, but he still can't get rid of the ball and ends up getting sacked anyways. So Smith gets chop block, has time to get up and still finish the sack because Arrington refuses to let the ball go. Total yards are about the same, but we have a 3rd and 20 coming up here. Play action pass, good protection, but lots of coverage. Arrington just launches it into 2 different Cowboys, but they fight over the interception, and neither one of them gets it. And the Eagles will punt. Eagles have been consistent, 10 runs, 10 passes, but they're punting from their own end zone here. 5-41, and he will not get to midfield. So the Cowboys will start on their own side of the field, but barely. They're starting at their own 48-yard line, trying to get revenge from their only loss of the season earlier this year to these Eagles. They do have the lead here, 7-3. Morton is 8 of 10. But the Cowboys have not run the ball very often. Here's an attempt for Hill, and he gets 3 yards. First attempt for Calvin Hill. 3rd and 7. The Eagles playing pretty good defense so far. It's a delayed handoff, and that took the Eagles by surprise. And Thomas gets the first time because he has 2 carries, both kind of out of a surprise situation to the Eagles, and so he's averaging 10 yards a carry, but they're just not letting him carry. So wanting to prove that Chad Morton is the quarterback of the Golden Arm or something. There you see given severe cushion. Morton goes deep anyways and almost picked off. Bob Hayes had to play defender there. Bob Hayes has lit up so many people with deep balls that sometimes you just give him 15 yards of cushion. That was a nice throw from Morton to Richardson there. And now the Cowboys are inside the red zone. Morton drops back again. Gets rid of it right before he gets hit, and I think that's a touchdown. No. Oh, I guess his second foot did not come down in bounds, so it's not a touchdown pass. It's an incompletion. And now the lob play. Did Hayes come down? That Hayes has just been amazing this year. Wow, that was just throw it up for your best receiver, the best receiver in football this year. And I don't know. One foot, his second foot's definitely not down. His arm comes down out of bounds. His second foot never got down, but was his butt down? He may have gotten his butt down in bounds. Wow. So the Eagles fumbled a punt return, and it was returned for a touchdown, and then taken off the board when they looked at it. This might get, I think this gets taken off too. It looks like his butt was out of bounds. A great catch, but also great presence of mind for the Eagles defender just to get him out of bounds before he gets a second foot down. And I think that's going to be reversed as well. So the replay officials are going to take a no. Oh, wow. Okay. I really thought that was not a touchdown. But whatever, they looked at it, they replayed it, and they said it was a touchdown. So another great touchdown grab by Bob Hayes. He is leading the league in all things. And the Cowboys have opened up a 14-3 lead. It looks like they're well on their way to avenging their only loss of the year. The Colts at 11-4 are the 5 seed. There's no doubt about it. They cannot win the division, but they also cannot fall out of the 5 seed. So that's the one thing in the AFC that's clinched. I mean, with the seed and everything. You got the Chiefs and Oilers. One of them will be the 1 seed. One will be the 2 seed. Then you got the Browns and Bengals fighting for the division, and whoever wins the division will probably be the 4 seed, but there's a chance that the winner of that division can get the 3 seed. The Dolphins will be the 3 or the 4. The Colts are definitely the 5. And then the 6, if the Bengals don't win the division, they can still grab the 6 seed. If they do win the division, maybe the Browns are the 6th seed. But there's a chance that the Browns win the division and the Bengals don't even make the playoffs, opening it up for, I don't know, maybe the Steelers could still sneak back in, or somebody else. Chargers got rid of the Raiders. Raiders 5-10, definitely a disappointing season for the Raiders. See the Giants won today. Morton looking deep. That's incomplete, going to the other side, Allworth. That did not work out, though. I was going to say that the Giants got their 6th win of the year, got to 6-8-1 with a big upset over the Redskins, but the Redskins are already in the playoffs. Yeah, with the Saints losing, the Redskins do clinch a playoff spot, even though they lost. They go down to 10-5, but the Redskins are in, likely the 5 seed. Niners destroyed the Rams. The Rams were once 10-2 and with a chance to beat the Cowboys and get the number 1 seed, and now they're 10-5. Morton handoff to Hill. And short gain, 2nd and 11. Late first half, Cowboys already up 14-3 and looking for more points. The Eagles really need a defensive stand here. This game might get out of control. Morton throws underneath. Not much yards, though. 12 of 17, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. Morton playing just fine. 3rd and 10. Fires downfield. He's got his man. It's Bob Hayes. Down to the 13-yard line. And that is the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in the first half. 14-3 Cowboys. Looking for more yards. See here, throw it, end zone. Oh, underthrown and picked off. Intercepted, and now there's going to be a foot race. Bob Hayes will probably catch him from behind, you would think. Maybe he's just out of gas. I don't know. Bob Hayes on a straight run. Of course he catches him, but, well, I mean, he gave him a head start, and then just never really... He started speeding up there, but it was just too late. Hayes unable to catch him, so what a turn of events. It looked like the Cowboys were going in to turn this into a blowout. All of a sudden, Morton throws his third touchdown pass of the first half, but this went to the wrong team, and it's 14-10. And now, all of a sudden, you wonder, I mean, the Cowboys 13-1 could not be lacking any confidence at all, but the Eagles are the one team that beat them, and now all of a sudden, the feeling goes from we're getting retaliation and going to blow these guys out to, is there a way that they could possibly beat us again? Oh. So Morton comes out throwing. He's still going to try to make up for that interception and get some points here before the first half. 2 for 2, and that's out of bounds, so that will stop the clock. 3rd and 4. Morton underneath, complete right at the sticks, but I think he's short. Inches short. The Eagles will actually call timeout and try to get the ball back. See if they have any time to do anything now that they're feeling good about themselves being within 4 points.
There we go. Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Watch tight end. Hey. Snap.
Harrington short drop. Fires incomplete. 6 of 12, just 50% today.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
And there's a completion, gets the first down. Timeout called. 1 timeout remaining. 56 seconds to go. Harrington launching it deep. Nobody home on the other end. He actually threw it out of bounds. Ooh. Cowboys showing blitz. And they do blitz one guy, not the guy they showed though. It's complete, but then he gets hit, fumbles the ball. Harris fails to pick it up and allows the Eagles to recover the fumble. And now Harrington will go short, tackle behind the line. Cowboys will call timeout, but they could have had a fumble, so the Eagles kind of survived. It could have been a disaster. And now the Cowboys make one man miss. Will have the ball at the 25-yard line with 2 timeouts, but only 17 seconds left. So I think they'll be content to just go in with a 4-point lead here. Let's see if Landry thinks the same way. It is just a handoff. There is a flag though. If that's a face mask, it is. So the Cowboys are willing to just go into the locker room with a 4-point lead, but the Eagles give them 15 free yards, and now the Cowboys are going to go into the shotgun and try to make them pay for points. Morton, he's got 2 timeouts. Throws it into the back of his offensive lineman. Not sure what kind of strategy that was. Morton this time, a better looking throw at Allworth, gets across midfield, calls timeout. 7 seconds to go. Had time to pick up about 15 yards, call timeout, and kick a field goal. Morton gets rid of it, middle of the field, but it's knocked down. Okay, so now you're down to Hail Mary. There's not enough time to get that quick play and attempt a field goal, so now we're going to see a Hail Mary, I believe. Morton. Wait, let his receivers get deep, then just launch it into the end zone. Everyone jumps up. Nobody comes down with the ball. It's incomplete. And that is the end of the first half. The Cowboys are winning, but it is close enough to make you wonder, could the Eagles possibly do this again? Just like last halftime, I'll let the halftime go ahead and roll as I go to get a drink. Be right back.
Come on now, let's go. Set, ready, 8, read. 4 down, check. Let's go. Set, 15, line it, 15 line. Hey, 4 down. There you go. Now. Ready? 10 Lobo. Double time. 4 down. Hit it. Come on. Come on, set. 70, Indy. Let's go. Get it. Ready. 60 or. Double time. Hey. Shoot. That's it, baby. We're going to work. Break. 55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. I'm coming out to you. I'm coming out to you. Go now. 18 Gators. That boy's got 4 down. Ready. Boom, all day. Woo! Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
All right, so the Cowboys continue to just land a bunch of hits on Arrington. And another sack. This time they blitz Renfro for the second time from the secondary, and he gets his second sack. 4th and 25. The Eagles punting from the back of their end zone. Cowboys defense definitely making sure the Eagles don't pull off a second upset of the year. Eagles defense going to have to force another turnover, it's looking. Like as Cowboys defense not interested in yielding any points. Morton back to pass, going to throw downfield complete. Hayes, who also gets brought down by the face mask to the Eagles, just committing a ridiculous amount of penalties. This time it's on Bradley, and just like that, the Cowboys are down the 15-yard line. Look at that, 3-1 in total yards. Rushing's close, but the passing's a huge advantage for the Cowboys. Morton, 19 of 30 with 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And they've run the ball only 25% of the time. Just all-out aerial assault by Chad Morton and the Cowboys. And now a throw very close to the end zone, actually 1 yard short, though. But with that throw, Morton goes over 200 yards. And we have a 1st and goal. Pitch out to Thomas. He gets hit in the backfield and stopped. So the Eagles show a little bit of heart there. Maybe that play can turn this into a field goal attempt. That's what they desperately need. Keep it a 1-score game. There's a handoff to Hill, and he charges right up the middle. So the Cowboys just blast through the Eagles' defense to make sure that it is understood who the best team in football is. And it's now a 20-10 game. Sorry, 21-10. Cowboys average 30+ points a game. They're at 21. So they just continue to roll. All right, you see the last game of the week will be the Bears taking on the best team from the AFC, the Chiefs, at least so far. Chiefs did beat the Oilers earlier in this season. It was broadcast here. So the Chiefs have the tiebreaker against the Oilers. The Oilers are 13-2, Chiefs are 12-2. But if they both finish 14-2, the Chiefs will be the 1 seed. The Oilers actually have to have a better record if they want to take it from them. So the Bears have a chance to help the Oilers out. Who just fumbles the ball, but it does go out of bounds. So the Eagles will be allowed to punt rather than letting the Cowboys pick it up right here. It's a pretty good punt and good punt coverage, so the Cowboys will have to start throwing 18. Cowboys have been rolling up the yards, especially through the air. They are up 21-10. It's a comfortable lead for the Cowboys, but not a blowout yet. This will be interesting to see if they start running clock. They haven't been running all game. Will they start now to get this game over with and just take a 10-point win, or do they really want to blow out the Eagles for beating them earlier this year and stopping them from being undefeated? There's a quick throw to Ditka. Comes up a yard short. 3rd and 1. And there's a handoff and a 1st down. Thomas. 7 carries, 40 yards. Now, on top of everything else the Cowboys are doing right, Thomas has a chance to walk away with the rushing title. They're not giving him many opportunities this game, but he does have 40 yards now. He is right there. Even if, he'll still have a chance to win it in Week 17. That's how close he is. So, there's a couple of guys fighting for it. Little from the Broncos because of the late injury has probably forfeited his chance. But Ellison of the Rams, Thomas of the Cowboys, and maybe even another guy that are right there trying to win the rushing title. No one's going to hit 1,500 yards or anything. Rushing title is going to be won by someone. If anyone hits 1,400, they probably get it. It's more likely going to be someone with about 1,300 yards. There's Bob Hayes. He's already wrapped up everything. He's just dominating receivers, dominating this league. He has another 9-catch, 116-yard, and a touchdown game. The amount of 100-yard games and touchdown, 100 yards with at least a touchdown, he's probably at like 9 of those games this year. It's been amazing. Cowboys putting pressure on. They've run 50 plays now. It's about 2-1 as far as passes over runs, which is different. But it's working. 2 minutes to go in the third. They're up by 11. Martin will give it to Hill, and he'll pick up the first down and get a missed tackle there by the Eagles, and Hill goes all the way for the touchdown. So Hill with the biggest run of the Cowboys' offensive day, and even though the Cowboys haven't been running very often, they're close to 100 yards on the ground now, and this is turning into a blowout. They are getting the revenge they wanted. The Eagles beat them earlier in the year. Cowboys, only reason they're not undefeated is because of this Eagle team, and they are showing their feelings today, 28-10, blowing out their rival. This will eliminate, so that not only will the Cowboys get their revenge for losing earlier, but this game is the one that will knock the Eagles out of the playoffs. So revenge complete. It's 4-1 in yardage, almost 4-1 in score, 28-10. And here comes sack number 72. Cole's second sack. The Cowboys have like 4 different players that have multiple sacks in this game. Or no, 3. 3 guys have multiple sacks, and then Lilly has 1. So 7 sacks total for the Cowboys. There's a quick handoff to Ronnie Bull. He goes nowhere. 3 carries, 3 yards. And another 3rd and long coming up. See how bad the Packers are this year. 3 and 12. The Broncos, that's the other main team that still looking for that playoff spot at 9-6. They could have clinched it with a win, but they lost. They lost to the Lions, and the Lions had to win to keep their hopes alive. So because of that, there's still teams like the Bengals who can still make the playoffs despite not winning the division. But the Bengals have a tough road. The Bengals have 2 games left. They have to play the Dolphins this week, who are a division champ, and then they have to play the Browns next week. So if they beat the Dolphins, then they play the Browns for the division. If they lose to the Dolphins, they have no chance to win the division, but then they have to beat the division-winning Browns to have any chance at the playoffs. So the Bengals will definitely earn a playoff spot if they get in there, as they would have to beat at least one of the 2 division winners. And the only way they're guaranteed to be in the playoffs is if they beat both the current 3 and 4 seeds. And if another missed tackle by the Eagles, and Thomas gets up to 56 yards. So Thomas actually having a pretty good day after all. Again, when you're trying to win a rushing title, you want your last 2 games to go over 100 yards. It's only at 56, but it's still 56. It's not anything low like 30 or anything.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Another handoff and another broken tackle by Hill. Hill 8 carries, 61 yards. So Hill has 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dwayne Thomas, the main running back, has 56 yards. Oh, there's set up a reverse to Bob Hayes. He's done everything else. Why not? A reverse to Hayes, and he picks up 10 yards. 2 carries for 10 yards for Hayes now. 3rd and inches. Cowboys just having fun now. And if the Wolf Garrison, who's done very little today, but gets a carry, his 2nd carry of the game, and gets the first down, and the Cowboys can start working on some clock. 28-10. I think that they still want points, though. I mean, this is their rival, the only team that beat them this year, and they want to rub it in. What the? There's Calvin Hill smashing through some Eagles. Another first down. Hill having a good game. That's 60 plays by the Cowboys. They were just They passed a lot early, and now they've turned it into smash mouth. Williams gets his first carry of the game, and it's a nice positive 7 yards. This offensive line is so very good. And when they run 60 plays on you, you're pretty much done. I mean, 60 plays is not extraordinary or anything, but once they hit 60, then you know you're tired with this offensive line on you all day long. And there's still 9 minutes to go, so this could be an ugly 9 minutes for the Eagles. Morton throws that one incomplete, though, so the Eagles will force a field goal. If this is not blocked and returned for a touchdown, then the Eagles have no shot. They have no shot. It's a full 3-touchdown lead now, 31-10. So let's see, can the Eagles just put some points on the board? Their only points were a defensive touchdown. Their offense has been pathetic, or just dominated by this great Cowboy defense. And the Cowboys have hit 30 points, so I forgot to mention that, but they average over 30 points a game, and they have hit the 30-point mark yet once again. The yards are 5-1. The Cowboys have 5 yards for every yard the Eagles have. That's crazy. Cowboys have not allowed 100 yards of offense yet. Arrington fires. It's tipped and almost tipped into an Eagle hand. Best team in football going to be 14-1. Another 8 minutes and 20 seconds here. Arrington gets hit, fumbles the ball. It's actually picked up by the Eagles, and he almost is able to run it to a first down, but comes up inches short. They're going to have to go for it, of course, down by 3 touchdowns. And their playoffs on the line if they don't have a miraculous comeback here. Boo just gets just enough for the first down, so the Eagles' season is not over yet. They do have 3 timeouts, but they need a touchdown this drive, then use their timeouts to get another drive and get another touchdown, then probably an onside kick. So everything's got to go perfect from this point forward for the Eagles' season to still remain active. And there is a completion to, is that Ronnie Bull? Who lined up in the flanking position and then got a touchdown. So the Eagles pull out something from the bag of tricks, at least formation-wise, and get one of those 3 touchdowns. So, I don't know, 6 minutes, you have all your timeouts. It's still very hard, but it went from miraculous to everything's got to go right. Let's see if the Cowboys take any chances or if they just simply run the ball and try to maintain that the Eagles have to do everything perfect to even tie this thing. Cowboys do start off running. That gets the clock under 6 minutes. Another handoff to Garrison. He spins away from a tackler and then powers his way up to the 29-yard line. 3rd and 6. We're at 5 minutes to go. The Eagles need to stop him right here and get off the field. That's what doing everything perfect would be. Touchdown, and then don't let him get a first down. Morton fires deep downfield, and both feet get in bounds. So the Eagles do not play perfect, and that probably ends it for them. So they had to be pretty much perfect. Dallas challenges? So the call was he caught it, and it's a first down. Why is Dallas? The call on the field is first down Dallas Cowboys. And it says the Cowboys are challenging. That is very strange. Well, whatever you want to say, the Cowboys win the challenge or lose the challenge. I don't know what the deal was. The ref said he caught it, and they had it at the 48. They challenged, and it still says 48. So that was just Madden being Madden, whatever. The Cowboys neither won nor lost the challenge. They didn't lose a timeout, and they got the result of the play. So they get to continue to work on the clock. 4 minutes to go now. And a huge hole, and Hill pounds his way up. So even though he had a long way to go, he almost got there. 3rd and 2. The Eagles have one more chance. They have to get off the field on this play. It's a handoff, and they do stop him. Okay. So again, we're back in like the miraculous level because they have to get a touchdown either without using a timeout, or they're going to have to recover a onside kick. Both things are hard. So they can use the 2-minute warning in all 3 of their timeouts on this drive, since they have to go 94 yards. But then they'll have to get a onside kick, or they need to score quickly and use their timeouts on defense. Throws towards the sidelines, but he does not get out of bounds. Arrington back to pass. Hit and sacked. Another sack. Sack number 3 for Cole. Number 8, I believe, for the Cowboys. Okay, 2-minute warning. They still have their timeouts, but they basically need a touchdown, a 90 yards without using a timeout. Complete to Carmichael. Is up to the 25. But he's injured, so that is one of their timeouts right there. So now you basically need an onside kick. Another completion out across the 40. So the Eagles getting some yards here late. They were under 100 yards for most of the game, but now they're over 200. Arrington fires downfield, incomplete. 90 seconds to go. 2 timeouts. Oh, a face mask. The Cowboys give them 3 yards and stop the clock. So that was not the play you wanted to see. Still feel like there's no way in the world Cowboys don't win this game, but there's a couple of things happening just to give you one small doubt. Maybe Arrington fires deep downfield. No one's there, though. For instance, if Arrington threw a touchdown pass on this play, then there would be a chance. 3rd and 8. He's not going to do that, but he did pick up the first down. Do they call timeout? No. They try to hurry. At this point, though, they have to get the onside kick either way, so you go ahead and use timeouts if you need to on this drive. There's nothing you can do defensively, so they do call a timeout. 30 seconds to go. Eagles need a touchdown and an onside kick. There's no way they're going to do it. The Cowboys are going to be 14-1, but they didn't get the full blowout they wanted against the Eagles. 3rd and 9 here. Arrington hit, sacked again. Cole's 4th sack, and that was just, Cole went through a double team to get that sack, and Arrington also held the ball for way too long. Okay, Arrington's just got to get the ball out of his hands. He does, and it's complete, but they have nowhere to out, so I think that might do it. Yep. The Eagles get down to the 5-yard line, but that's it. So the Cowboys win. Still a pretty significant win. I mean, it was not a blowout, I guess, per se, but definitely revenge was had. The Eagles played well in the final 16 or so minutes of the game, but the Cowboys dominated for the most part. You see one dominated on the ground, also one in the air. They did have the defensive touchdown to get it to a closer looking score of 31-17, but the Cowboys win and get their revenge. 14-1 now is the best team in football, and the Eagles have been eliminated. Their season is over. Thanks for watching. More Sack to the Future Ball. Just interested to see where Thomas 56 yards. So he's going to need a big game 17 probably to win the rushing title, but the Cowboys have their sights set on higher than that. So thanks for watching. I'll be back in the next day or so with the Bears Chiefs, and that should finish this week up. And then we'll be on to week 17, the final week of the regular season. Thanks for watching. This has been Sack to the Future 1971. Come back for more and have a good night.